I was born here, I was raised here as an adolescent. At the age of 15, my parents decided that we have to move. I really did not want to move, and while going down in Sha'ar Hagai, I kind of thought to myself, one day I will return. And actually I did. For the last year, I became a Jerusalemite again.
Why did you come back?
Love.
Yeah.
Give it a round.
Is it working? Yeah?
Yeah. What a man.
You know what?
What?
Instead of me sitting here and talking with you, can I introduce you to someone?
I don't think...
No, he's the boss.
Production
We
is
have a
okay.
timer.
He's the
we have
boss.
10
He's
minutes. I don't
the,
think
he's the
it'll be
Baal Bayit,
appropriate.
though.
Okay, so I'll do whatever you
You do whatever
You want
you
me? I'll do whatever.
No,
Not
not
on
that
stage.
again, but whatever you want.
Okay, so. Thank you.
Sure. He's like the
The
boss.
stage is yours, literally.
The Baal Bayit.
This young woman here, her name is Avigail. Avigail is 20 years old, 9th generation Jerusalemite. Avigail just finished her service in the army a year and a half ago and decided after October 7th to go down south working with teenagers in a kibbutz. So she gets there, she meets these 14, 15 years old boys and girls, and when she tells them that she's from Jerusalem, their first response was, "Why aren't you wearing a head covering? How come you're not religious?" In their mind, a girl from Jerusalem should look like this, or even like this. The image of Jerusalem in their mind is a place where everybody is the same and every woman is religious. Yeah, in 2025, in a kibbutz in Israel. And why am I telling you this? First, because it happens that Avigail is my daughter. And actually, she's sitting here. Hi, Avigail.
Woo!
It's
Nice
a true
to meet
story.
you.
You can ask her about it. And second, because those teens, like many, when it comes to Jerusalem, are really missing out. Jerusalem is so much more than its cliche image. And her stories are just waiting to be told. They just need a little push. And that is what are at the heart of our mission at the Jerusalem Media Initiative, refreshing the image of Jerusalem by storytelling. I would like to ask each of you to think of one word that describes Jerusalem. I believe that some words that may come would probably be complex, rough, religion, ancient. And if we look at TV series that have portrayed Jerusalem at the last decade, almost all of them leaned into these same stereotypes, focusing on the religious communities, the holy, the mystical, the complex Jerusalem. And we are here to say Jerusalem holds all of this, indeed. But many, like those teens at the kibbutz, see only part of the story and believe it to be whole of it. And there is so much more to tell when it comes to Jerusalem. Jerusalem has huge student life with top universities and School of Art that live here. It has vibrant startups, seen as we've seen yesterday at Lightrix. It is a home to artists and creators. The culinary arena is endless here in the city. It's full of contrast and diverse communities. Jerusalem is a city that moves people, that steers people. This is the Jerusalem we want to bring to the screen. And if we can support and encourage talented minds, such as sitting here today, to bring this Jerusalem to the screen, then the image of the city truly could be changed and refreshed and show the full story of this city. Because the image you put on the screen actually becomes the image of the city. And that's in few sentences what I want to say about the Jerusalem Media Initiative. You can scan if you want some more. That's
you.
it.
Thank you.
Eyal, join us.
Wow, you have a QR code. It's much better than our attempt.
What do you mean?
Like trying to.
And this is not a big
Them.
guy.
We are seducing them.
Okay, sure.
Look.
You guys.
Eyal, join us.
Now I have to speak English without preparing myself.
No, slowly, don't
We are
worry.
here to support.
We are not native speakers.
And
We
I
have the most
feel such
delicate
a
one.
boomer next to you also.
First
Nah.
question.
We are boomers
How
now.
it is to? How was it to?
What?
Okay,
What?
so
Not
maybe.
my English.
Bring
so
it, bring it
how
on.
was it to embarrass your daughter in front of all the Jerusalem
I
sessions?
asked her
No, it
10
wasn't
times,
embarrassing.
but my children, I have 4 of them, are wonderful children, and they do whatever I want. So
And
she sent me the pictures, yes. So
Okay.
So let's talk about the project, the JMI. You support Jerusalemite creations, am I right? But what is a Jerusalemite content?
yeah,
What-
this is the most complicated. It's really nice to see this presentation, but it's really difficult when it comes to stories and when it comes to screen.
Because all these cliches are
True.
they're true.
Cliché are coming from
Yeah.
reality. Nobody inventing
So you're not
cliché.
excluding them.
I'm saying that without our money, it's already there. And I'm not talking even about a news and current affair that shows Jerusalem as a very complex city. And I'm saying I'm, as you know, 10th generation and 8th generation in Jerusalem. And I feel that not me or my children or all of the people that I know in Jerusalem from the minute I was born have the characters
Have been
to
portrayed on
represent them. It's all the time very tough. And I think the last decade, many TV series were made without our money. And when creators want to come to deal with Jerusalem, they go eventually to the holiness, to the complicity, and to all the conflicts that come from the city. And it's okay because it's part of the city. But if we want, and this is my mission, just to refresh the image of the city, then I should look what's the image and what do we see on TV now, because we invest in TV series and say, okay, then we're not looking for this, we're looking for something else.
So you're talking about diversity and about like refreshing the way that we see Jerusalem right now. But Jerusalem is known about like a city that is in a constant geopolitical tension, right?
Yeah.
And now you want to change it into a character of like a drama
No,
and story.
yeah.
So
okay.
how do you want to, how are you actually like attempting to do so, right? To change this
I'm not
perception.
I don't think that we want to change. We just want to show the full story of the city. Really, so many students of art and academic here in Jerusalem, I think that they could be on television as well, on screens as well. And because we want to make influence and we want to make the change or to refresh, then we want to meet eyeballs. We want audience. That's the reason we're now shifting to television series where things are happening and really making conversation. So that's our mission.
And
That's an amazing segue.
a Jerusalem story is a story about a street in Jerusalem, or
A what?
Is a Jerusalem story a story about a street or a person in Jerusalem, or it can be something bigger, different?
It can be anything, but it has to be connected to the city. Creators, when I started my role, creators and producer used to come and tell me, listen, I have something that I can film in Jerusalem. No, thank you. I don't want something that can film in Jerusalem. I
This
want
is exterior.
Jerusalemite stories.
Yeah.
And now let's talk about which Jerusalemite stories we want, and I think we were clear about it. And we really feel that we have a mission.
So
Love it.
I think that's a cool segue to invite someone,
Yeah.
a creator that
Yeah.
is supported by you.
Yeah.
And I'm extremely happy to introduce our next guest. Joining us now is one of the most prolific and popular contemporary authors in Israel. He was born in Jerusalem and came back to the city lately, and for his first time he is moving from book to screen and writing his first screenplay for a true Jerusalem story. Ladies and gentlemen, we're happy to welcome Eshkol Nevo.
ירושלים, ירושלים, ירושלים של שלום. ירושלים, ירושלים, ירושלים של שלום.
Hi.
Eshkol.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Welcome.
That's an honor, actually.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you with us.
Yeah.
It's amazing that you're here.
Happy to be here.
I love your voice also. So I wanted to ask, we know you as Israelis, we know you as the most prolific writer, and you mainly wrote prose and books and everything. So you're really accustomed to this kind of, I'll call it freedom, you know, or like the ability to write this kind of stories, right? You have an amazing freedom to do so, and now you're going into a very structured a TV type of storytelling, right, and writing. So I want to hear a little bit about how is it for you to move this way?
Well, it's challenging.
In one word.
And it's fascinating. We don't have, as scriptwriters, we don't have thoughts. Thoughts are not relevant. We have what is seen on the screen. We have to base it on dialogues. We have to think about the narrative structure, sometimes more than the inner world of the characters. So it's completely different. I feel like a student. I'm still studying it.
A very good student from what I read.
Thank you. And I think that's what is exciting about it. It's something new. I never did it before, and this is one of the reasons I want to do it.
And just a follow-up, a small follow-up, how are you dealing with subtext, right? Because you can't actually say everything.
Well, actually, you can build a dialogue with subtext. It depends on what you say and what you don't say, sometimes on silence, not talking and letting the subtext kind of osmose into the scene.
And why? Why now just create TV? Well, what happened?
I think I got really attached to a certain story of mine. It's in the book called, in Hebrew, it's called Lev Raev, Hungry Heart. And it's called Blue Signs, and it's a Jerusalemite story. And after finishing this story, after publishing it in the book,
As a novel, yeah.
Yeah, it's part of a collection of short stories. It's
Yeah.
a long story. It's a long short story. Something strange happened to me. I kept on thinking about the characters. I felt like I'm not really ready to say goodbye.
Wow.
And in the story, you only get a very short period of time. And also, I felt like maybe I can follow them for more years. And then we came with this idea of a TV series. By the way, in Hungry Heart, you have 20 short stories. 19 of them were taken by Nani Moretti, the Italian director. He's making a film out of it, a feature film out of it.
From the 19 stories.
Filming nowadays in Rome, San Sebastian, and Torino.
Mamma mia.
Oh,
19,
my God.
yeah. 19 out of 20, and the only one I didn't let him take was Blue Signs. I told him, no way, I want this story for myself. I want to make a television series out of it, and this was the deal.
And do you have some kind of a creative discussion about like the stuff that he's directing?
Well, creative discussion would be a bit of an exaggeration when it comes to Nani Moretti. I would say that he always begins with his vision, like what does he want to do? And then he kind of politely asks for my kind of blessing. And then the next thing I know, I'm in Cannes Festival, more or less, watching the film. It's his own creation, it's his thing, and I think it should be that way when a director decides on doing an adaptation.
And And now you're developing the golden years, am I correct? In
yeah,
the JMI.
it's the golden years. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the name.
Yeah, and can you tell us a little bit more about that? I know there is a love triangle there, and maybe tell us more about the city of Jerusalem as another protagonist in this story.
First of all, I must say I'm a Jerusalemite. I'm a proud Jerusalemite. I was born here.
Right.
Yeah,
deserves
you
applause.
can clap this
Places.
if you feel like.
Wait until you hear the full story. I was born here. I was raised here as an adolescent. At the age of 15, my parents decided that we have to move. I really did not want to move, and while going down in Shar Hagai, I kind of thought to myself, one day I will return.
You and Schwarzenegger would be back.
Yeah, and actually I did. For the last year, I became a Jerusalemite again. So I'm here, I'm
Congratulations.
living here
May I ask what?
most of the week. And
Why did you come back?
love,
Good answer.
to say it really simply. I followed love to Jerusalem, and I kind of came back to be a Jerusalemite, and in a way, it connects me very strongly to the writing of the television series because it's happening in Jerusalem. You asked about the
Yeah, because
The narrative, yeah.
the fact that it is happening in Jerusalem, of course, it's not enough to be a Jerusalem content for Eyal, for example.
So we begin at 1990, and we have three main characters. Dave and Jonathan. Jonathan are the best friends, and Shikma is the sister of Jonathan, and this kind of love triangle between them. We follow this Jerusalemite love triangle from 1990 until at least 2014. It's a 25 years television series. In a way, if you saw One Day, I guess you saw One Day. In One Day, you meet the characters for one day each year. It's the same mechanism, but for more years, and it's happening in Israel, in Jerusalem, which means a lot of conflicts, a lot of things happening around the characters.
25
also
years
in
in
Rome.
Jerusalem.
Also in Rome. we
Also
have
in Rome, yeah. It's Jerusalem, and there are parts also in Rome.
So like not the religious cities around the world, like very chill cities.
Very
you
chill
know,
cities,
yeah,
both of them.
Jerusalem
Nothing
and-
happens in 25 years in Jerusalem.
Yeah, or Rome, you know.
Now, the cliche is that the television series is the modern novel, or the modern book. But there are some significant differences. One being that working on a novel is a solist act. You work alone. You sit in a room. At least that's what I've heard. I haven't written my novel yet. But working on TV specifically is a collaborative act. It's a group act, and you are not necessarily the master of your craft alone anymore.
Definitely, I'm learning this this experience. Everyone has something to say, and you have to listen. The fund, the company, yes, the Zakian. How do you say Zakian?
The producer.
Yeah, the broadcaster. And I think sometimes it's challenging. Sometimes also, as a student, I have a lot to learn. So I'm working with two different editors. One is Noam Mannheim, who edited Shat Efes. The other is Naftali Alter, who is a very famous Israeli film maker and TV professional. So they are kind of my teachers in a way. So I try to listen, I try to learn, and sometimes you have to listen, and then after a lot of listening to tell people, okay, but I think differently. I believe that it should be different.
Do you find
It is completely different than writing a book in that sense. It's only the beginning, because we're not in the writing process, and then comes the director and the production company and the actors, and I guess it will be changing and changing and changing.
Yeah.
A lot of back and forth.
The creation is not complete after you complete writing it, you finish writing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you find the time constraint of a production as a challenge? Because like when you're writing a book, I imagine that you have the full ability to extend your time as much as you want in order to create the best story you can do.
It's actually, I feel the opposite from what you are describing, because when I start a book, I'm the one who can kind of control and decide when will I end it. I just finished a new book of mine. I wrote it for a year, and now I know it's kind of finished, and there's the editing process, which will last for half a year, top. a TV series. I'm discovering. It's a long process in Israel. Ganit from Yes told me last week, well, it's great that now we are kind of enlarging the project and we're starting to actually do it, but just take into consideration 3 or 4 years. So the opposite from what you thought.
Yeah. And the parallels between creating a series and a novel regarding not so much the philosophical elements, but the themes around it. When you write a novel, it's a singular piece. Whereas in TV series, it's all dissected. It's dissected to episodes, it's dissected to commercial breaks, it's dissected to scenes. How do you find, or how do you manage to run those themes throughout the whole piece and each piece apart?
I'm still learning. I'm looking at great television series. Let's take in for an example, Shtisel, which is a good I'm looking up to Shtisel. I'm kind of addicted to this television series, and I think they found a really beautiful way of doing strong and effective narrative-driven television and still being poetic. Still, you can feel the theme of every chapter and the theme of the television series. So I'm kind of looking at good television series for inspiration, and it can be done. You can do a beautiful, poetic, and strong and located television series that will be not less powerful than a novel.
And I want to have a question for Eyal, actually.
You said you're not going to ask me more.
Yeah.
We promised, but we never keep our promises.
Yeah, just like feel it now on stage. So I'm sure you read the book and now you're part of this process. Do you feel Jerusalem as an actual character like you imagined it in your vision that you just described?
Well, this is the first. There's another one. Now we're going to invest in 2 projects. No, this is one of it. It's really our new way to participate in the process of making scripted TV shows. I mean, not like other funds. We feel that we are partners because we bring a lot of money to the companies, to the production. So yes, we want to be from the beginning, from the script typing. We know this is the creator's work, the director's work. Of course, the broadcasters are very important, but we want to be heard. So it's like we're going now to a journey with these 2 productions. From what we read and from what we spoke with them, we understand first that Jerusalem really is one of the characters. It reflects and affects the characters. And second, that the creators and the broadcasters are really willing to have conversation with us, to listen to us, to say what they think, to hear what we have to think, what we have to say. And let's hope that in 3 years, max, we will sit here and show the new series.
And Eshkol, yeah, okay, wow. Do you feel like the fond notes are changing the story as it was in the book, or like?
We're still starting, but I think the basic thing, and we talked about it, is that I told them that the only thing I'm not willing to compromise is that it has to be in Jerusalem, because Jerusalem is a city full of conflicts, and you only have to raise your head and you see the conflict, and at the same time, it's so beautiful and romantic and sexy, to my opinion.
No, it is love, you said.
Yeah.
It sounds like love.
Yeah, so you have everything here happening, and when I imagined my characters, when I started writing this story, I had a certain friendship in my mind, which is a completely Jerusalem-based friendship, and so, like, the heart of the story for me lies here, the heart of my adolescence, my growing up. So I couldn't imagine it happening in any other place, and I'm actually walking now in Jerusalem, including today, and I'm kind of looking for locations. Yeah, where could we film this scene? Where could we film that scene? And I find it fascinating.
Do you plan directing this TV series?
No way, man. Directing? No, we're kind of. This is the point in time that we're looking for a director. So if you have
We
recommendations,
have an amazing one on hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
Well, we'll
Okay.
catch you later.
I can consider. Like, let's talk.
Okay, so I'm actually looking for a director. I'll tell you exactly what I'm looking for.
Yes.
So then you can, like, either you or someone else, a director who also has a tendency for writing, who is also a script writer.
Oh my God, I learned screenwriting in Sam Spiegel, Jerusalem. Oh my God.
In love with the city.
Because I want a dialogue. I want a dialogue about the text, not only about the directing aspect.
Love it.
Amazing.
That was such
Okay.
a pleasure to talk to you both.
First of all,
Thank
it
you
sounds
so
amazing.
much.
And we hope we'll be here in 2 to 3 years' time seeing some footage.
Definitely.
Those characters
Super
on
We
stage,
will, we will.
on screen.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
with
you,
us.
Eyal.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Thank you, Eyal.
Bye.
Thank you, Eshkol.
ירושלים, ירושלים, ירושלים של שלום.